Check this shit out. This just came to my attention. Check this out. Updated vast underground military complex and government testing facility discovered under Hemet. Officials confirm. And we're talking Southern California here, people. Hemet. Less than 1 day after the discovery of what has been described as a, quote, vast underground military complex and government testing facility, end quote. Officials from the city of Hemet, March Joint Powers Authority, and Hemet Ryan Airport are scrambling to explain the presence of the, quote, long abandoned, end quote, military complex. Hemet Police Chief David Brown and March JPA confirmed on April 2nd, so I'm figuring March Air Force Base. You know, where the jet supposedly crashed, you know, off the 15 freeway, remember that? The shocking revelation came just hours after workers uncovered the forgotten facility that reportedly contains countless miles of tunnels and stretched from March Air Force Reserve Base all the way to Hemet. I'm pretty sure they go all the way into Pomona, because I know at Chaffee High School they have an underground fallout shelter that goes to the old what the hell was the name of that place again? God, it was another military company. It'll come back to me. But they used to make the Stinger missiles out there in Pomona. Let's see, all the way back to Hemet Ryan Airport and an Army Air Corps facility once known as Alessandro. Isn't that Pelosi's first, name before she was born? Or before she was married? Before she became Nazi Pelosi? Wasn't it Nancy Alessandro? The one who brought Agenda 21 to the floor of the House in 1993. The tunnel networks were discovered by employees and contractors preparing for the year's biannual air show, Airfest 2016. Holy crap, this is an old ass article. Thunder of the Empire, over the Empire, Inland Empire, scheduled from April 16th. Few details have been released while speculation and rumors continue to grow since video was leaked on the internet that reportedly shows small portions of the tunnel network and a World War II era underground railway setup. Wow, look at this shit. Holy crap. Quote, we believe that the tunnels were used sometime after the conclusion of World War II and before the Cold War, end quote. Oh, and the place I was thinking of is, shit, just escaped my brain again. God, man, this is getting bad. My memory is starting to slip. There used to be a bunch of places like Lockheed, down at the Ontario Airport, Ontario International. There was Kaiser Steel, General Electric. It'll come back again. I'll just blurt it out. This video has since been removed from YouTube. Attached screenshots. I'll show you all this stuff too. Showed a vast crumbling network of underground tunnels, supply warehouses, World War II era planes and vehicles. Well, underneath Chaffee High School, I found a bunch of stuff when me and my friends used to go digging around over there. And we found these old barrels, 55-gallon barrels with CW on it. They had Geiger counters inside, saltine crackers, water, clothes, Geiger counters, all kinds of weird shit. The nature of the research center and testing facility had not been determined, according to Brown. I wonder if they're talking about Jerry Brown. The video and revelation have left many incredulous about the discovery and wondering of such a massive network underground. Oh, and I'm thinking of, a minute, disappeared again. Underground tunnels and facilities could have been forgotten and lost to time. Quote, at the time, March Air Force Base was an active duty U.S. Air Corps base in Hemet Ryan Airport, formerly known as Ryan School of Aeronautics, was a pilot training facility for the Army Air Corps recruits. Brown explained in a written press release, quote, while it was and still is common for underground military complexes to be built without the knowledge of the general public, we were surprised as others at the discovery, end quote. Oh, I'm thinking of General Dynamics. That's the name of the place. There's tunnels that go from Ontario High School, Chaffey High School in Ontario, all the way to General Dynamics, where they used to make the fucking Stinger missiles. Many questions now remain as the military and law enforcement officials work with committee members for March Joint Powers Authority to determine the next course of action and how best to reuse the established facilities. The March JPA was formed in 1993. Wasn't that interesting? That was the same year that Nancy Pelosi brought Agenda 21 to the House floor and is charged with the responsibility of base reuse and repurpose of existing military facilities, as well as planning for future development. Look at this shit. That fucking railroad. I wonder how many miles this goes. I mean, this is kind of like the stuff that we found underneath the high school that just went for miles, and then there was a brick wall. Red brick. We decided we'd go in there one day with some hammers, and we knocked out some of the shit, and it just kept going and going and going, and we finally got out of there because it started smelling like natural gas, and we got scared for ourselves, you know. But in a brief press release from the March JPA, officials explained, quote, with literal miles and miles of interconnecting underground tunnels, storehouses, and facilities that have yet to be explored or fully documented, we are still in the earliest discovery stages while trying to determine the safest way to map and document the facility. Let me tell you what, there's a bunch of this stuff underneath us, and we have no freaking clue. You know, and I apologize for my language if I get a little bit abusive, but, you know, people better wake up, man. You better start paying attention. These guys are going to start popping up out of manhole covers. They're not going to roll the UN trucks down the street. They're going to start jumping up out of the manholes, and all of a sudden, there they are. There's your blue hats. You better start ventilating these things with prejudice. March Air Reserve Base currently serves as an air mobility command facility and is the home of the 163rd Air Refueling Wing and the 452nd Air Mobility Wing. The McDonnell Douglas KC-10 operates from March, as well as the reserve Flown C-141. I wonder if that's the one with the gunship on the side. They used to have one down here at Lockheed when I was a kid here in Ontario at the airport. And it had like all kinds of guns on one side of the aircraft. Yeah, you could go down there and check it out, man. I mean, it's gone now, but everything's gone down there now. The KC-135, flown by the Air National Guard, U.S. Customs, maintains a fleet of smaller planes, including the Black Hawk helicopter, for use in their, quote, drug interdiction efforts. Excuse me. For almost 50 years, March was a strategic air command base during the Cold War. Yeah. So was General Dynamics. So was Lockheed. There's another one up in Atlanta, in the high desert, that is another old Air Force base. And you seriously look right off of Helena. Up there is a Muslim cemetery too, by the way. Creepiest place you've ever seen, man. It's all like above ground, weird stuff, man. You see all these mounds. It's creepy. I stumbled across there in the middle of the night one time, trying to find one of my buddy's houses up there in the desert. And I took him out there, and he didn't even know that place existed. But man, what a creep fest that was. Hemet Ryan Airfield was the first opened in September 1940 by the United States Army Corps. It was assigned to the West Coast Training Center and later to the Western Flying Training Command as a primary level 1 pilot training airfield. Back when I was a kid, they used to have this place down in Chino Hills. It was called, we nicknamed it Green Mist because, well, I found out later that they were releasing tritium into the air, and that's why it had a green mist. But it was a Naval Research Center down off of Eucalyptus and Pipeline, down in the bowels over there in Chino Hills. It's all housing now. It's all torn down. I used to have friends that would go out there. They'd literally jump their back wall, and they'd go out and get these really cool brass shells that they would fire out of tanks and stuff, and we used to make bongs out of them. I think I still might have one stashed away somewhere. Oh, good grief. I don't even smoke that stuff anymore, but I do like my CBDs. The airfield was later activated as an Air Corps training detachment with Ryan School of Aeronautics, conducting primary flight training under control of the 5th Flying Training Detachment. Flight training was performed with the PT-17 Sturmans as the primary trailer. It's hard to read my screen because it's all cracked. I dropped this phone so many times it's all messed up. Along with the the PT-21 recruits, military records revealed that over 14,000 Army cadets were trained to fly at that facility, with few other details and speculations about the underground facilities. Many citizens have already begun to voice their concerns about fears in the truth of the nature of the complex, despite the rumors and the unavailable ignorance of conspiracy theorists. Yeah, we're all tinfoil hat wearing, yeah, we're all conspiracy theorists, right? Claiming that the facilities are still actively being used. I'm sure they are, because I hear noise under the ground sometimes. It's like, what the hell is that, an earthquake? Oh, by the way, we had another one down at Anza Gap today. Another 4 point something. Let's see. Brown assured the citizens of Hemet the facility is no longer active and based on recommendations by the JPA. I guess that would be the jet propulsion. Isn't that? That's another story. Could eventually be repurposed. Every time I do a video, man, it just keeps going and going. Normally it doesn't. Could eventually be repurposed for to better serve the community. Some suggested ways the underground network could be put back to use and to be utilized to the existing rail lines to become part of an underground subway system connecting Moreno Valley with Hemet and San Jacinto Valley. All right, let me tell you something about San Jacinto. San Jacinto, there's a fault line there. It crosses up at Big Bear. It goes right up to the San Andreas. Right under Big Bear, the San Jacinto and San Andreas all connect right there under Big Bear. Hold on tight. Yeah, and I digress, right? Future underground housing. For future underground housing or even a tourist attraction, all of which could potentially bring much needed financial stimulation to the region, as well as the backing and support of corporate sponsors. Look at this shit. This is the kind of stuff I was digging around in with my friends. We were walking, we were walking through this stuff. These white boxes weren't there, but all this rock stuff and all these lines, they were all in there, man. We were in this stuff. Seriously. Riverside County Sheriff Stan Sniff has reportedly already expedited a request from the County of Riverside to use the underground facilities for future housing of inmates who could otherwise be eligible for early release under new AB 109 and Prop 47 guidelines. Oh man, it's just getting worse, man. I keep seeing the Noahide laws coming in, man. All you Christians, us, you, me, we're all done, man. This is where we're going. Never to be seen again. No wonder all the homeless are disappearing around here. The homeless are disappearing in my neighborhood like they're going out of style. I don't even know where they're going. Half of them were my friends. I knew them. Some of them I grew up with. Despite the rampant speculation about the tunnels and the originally intended uses, as well as their potential future use. Oh, by the way, I have La Luz del Mundo here in my neighborhood. It used to be called Armstrong's Nursery. They got tunnels under there too, but to get back to La Luz del Mundo, they're busted for child trafficking and all kinds of weird stuff. Look up Joaquin Garcia and La Luz del Mundo, okay? Let's see. Despite the rampant speculation about the tunnels and the originally intended uses, as well as the potential use for them in the future, Brown said that he was confident the March JPA would determine the best future for the existing network of tunnels storehouses, and railways. All right, here's a quote. There is much we can learn about this underground facility, and a virtual time capsule and window into our area's past, as it associates with WW2 and the Cold War era. All or a portion of this facility is expected to be opened for public or government use as early as 1 year from the date of its discovery, end quote. Brown said, quote, we could potentially see these tunnels and facilities reopened for use as early as the year from today's date, April 1st, 2017. Trevor Montgomery says runs Riverside County News Source and Shasta County News Source. Additionally, he writes for Riverside County-based newspapers, the Valley News and the Anza Valley Outlook, and also writes for Bonsall, Fallbrook Village News in San Diego. There's a lot here, folks. There's really a lot here. I'm going to copy this link and I'll leave it below in the description box so you can read it and see it for yourself. Wake up! Please start paying attention. God bless you all.